Next on Road Signs, we're very excited to welcome Dawn Salvucci-Favier, CEO and Chief Product Officer at Greenscreens.ai, which provides a dynamic freight pricing system for logistics companies. Thanks for joining us, Dawn.
Thanks so much for having me, Seth. A pleasure to be here.
So, technology adoption, of course, has really been transforming the way that shippers, carriers, and brokers do business together. And that includes a growing focus on freight pricing and market intelligence, especially when you consider all the freight market volatility we've seen over the past 2 years during the pandemic. So, Don, what factors do you see driving this greater emphasis on freight rate visibility, and what are you hearing from your customers?
Yeah, Seth, I mean, look, for all the bad that came from the pandemic era, as a longtime supply chain geek, I think that this is maybe one of the few positive outcomes in that it's really put a spotlight on the need for supply chain resilience, and rates are really a big part of that. We've seen a sustained period of historically high rates that at the beginning caused a lot of carriers and LSPs to really be underwater on their contracts with their shippers. And while many were able to renegotiate those, some were not. And ultimately, everyone needed to adapt to higher prices. That we've seen over the past 18 to 24 months, but at the expense of many companies' budgets and certainly consumer prices, right? But now the tables are turning again, and as they always do, right? Like I said, we've just come through with freight rates that were historically high from both
Mhm.
the increase and the duration of the cycle. But at the end of the day, it's just that it's just another cycle. That this isn't new. We've gone through this every 2 to 3 years, and experts are predicting that there's going to be yet many more of these cycles. So my hope is that the lesson that we've learned from all of this from the past couple of years is that shippers and carriers and LSPs will begin to establish more true partnerships. And
Mhm.
partnership is a word that gets thrown around, which usually means give me lower rates, right? But more true partnerships that will allow all parties to ride the wave together and establish more sustainable relationships that aren't just price driven.
Yeah, certainly is a cyclical industry, but if collaboration can find ways to ease some of those cycles and help everybody win, that seems to be a real opportunity, in our industry. And